Welcome, good morning, welcome to Coffee Talk. We are here, episode 19. Good morning. What's up, Rick? What's up, Dana? Let's share out that live, guys. Good morning. Let's make sure our friends get in here and let's have some coffee talk. Last one of the year, guys. Hi, Leaves. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Sunny and Chief.
I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint. I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint. Coffee and a joint, coffee and a joint. Yeah, coffee and a joint.
Get your favorite cup of coffee and join us.
Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint.
You're amazing, Leaves. That's amazing. I would definitely have to connect with you after this. You're incredible. Awesome, Pops. Welcome to the live. Welcome to Coffee Talk, episode 19 with Sunny and Chief. Good morning to all of you. Hey, Chris, good morning. Tap that screen. Let's go, let's go. We got to get to 22K. Bringing awareness to 22 a day. Howdy, Chris. Let's share out this live, guys, and let's get our friends in here. We got 12 in the house. It is Coffee Talk with Sunny and Chief in person. Just saying.
What's up? What's that?
And we are going to do our startup, which is a recap of last night's live before we kick off Coffee Talk. Always keeping it real with all of you. Hey, William, welcome. What's up, 4 Points? Good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk, episode 19. You guys ready? Are you ready? Do you have your coffee?
Always ready. Let's go.
Make it happen. So last night, our Veterans Live was our last Veterans Live for the year 2024, guys. Wow, a year recap. That's a little bit of what we did last night. How you feeling this morning?
It's crazy to think it's been a year and how much has happened in this past year already.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
We've done a lot, guys. We've done a lot collectively, you know? When you think about that in itself, that's pretty impressive. When you think about the accomplishments of one person, but then you go around as we did last night and we think about how everybody was bringing something new to the table of what this year turned out to be for them. Getting a lot of invites into the box. We are not opening up the boxes this morning. This is Coffee Talk. Please stick with us and enjoy the live. Happy New Year. That's right, my friend. We are almost there. We're going to kick off the new year with all of you. Lots of coffee already, since 7 a.m. You get it, girl. You get it, Rain. Nice to see your face in here, honey. Keep sharing out the live, guys. We are about to kick it off. So last night's recap of our Veterans Live. This is a live that Sunny runs now for going on 2 years of hosting a Veterans Live every single Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, a place where we gather, gain some perspective, and get to know our veterans. That's really what it's all about, right? Bridging that gap, and as a result of doing just that, we've actually become friends and family, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Truly giving meaning to the hashtag Never Alone, and so much of our mission, which is ending 22 a day. Allowing people to come in, feel seen, feel heard, and loved. We are definitely an amazing group of people who truly know what it means to support one another, uplift one another, and always encourage. So that's a little bit of what we did last night, Chief, right? We talked about, you know, what the platform has meant for so many and what it's done.
Yeah, and how relationships have been cultivated based off that. It's really phenomenal, super phenomenal.
It really is. You know, we started off as strangers. When I think about Sunny, myself, and I'm like, wow, I came into this platform not knowing a single person other than my daughter. And where we have come in just a year's time frame, we should all be so proud. We've connected people on and off this application. Connection is such an important thing. And how much we've grown individually and then together as a group and the things we've done. You want to add anything to it?
Yeah, I think it's grown so much, right? Like I remember last year, this time, I had just got on TikTok, and I got on TikTok to help raise awareness to 420, kind of tell my story, and I found so much more than that. I not only found people to talk with, but I made a lot of friendships as well from this application. And I brought that up last night in the Veteran Live, because as most of you know, I travel around and I meet with people all over the nation, but there's a lot of folks that I've built relationships with that I haven't even met yet. Like we've got our good friend Frizz on here, and we have a pretty good relationship. We talk almost daily. We shoot messages. We've become pretty good virtual buddies, and we share a lot of similarities. But it's been really unexpected, but amazing to build these types of relationships, because they really are real.
Yeah, they are. Growth, like Sunny said, both collectively and individually has been pretty inspiring to watch throughout this year. We've grown as a family, the Sunnyside family, as we call it. You don't need a special membership. Just show up, be kind. We listen to each other, we support each other. That's all we really need. And when we talk about individual growth, I can speak for myself, and then we can talk a little bit about, some of what was shared last night on the live. I know I've grown so much this year. You guys helped me boost my confidence. It kept encouraging me to keep pushing, Sunny. This is amazing. And I needed that from all of you. I really did, because when you think about where I started, and I'm not just referring to the Veterans Lives, but I'm referring to what we did this year together, which is, okay, we're going to do this. We are going to host Veteran Lives in person. I mean, that was a little bit scary for me. It was a little bit like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Can I do this? And it was you all continuously, our veteran community who just believed in me, just kept saying, you have to do this, Sunny, you have to do this. So I did it. And it was with everyone's help, Strength in numbers, as we often refer to, is not just a term that I throw around. I believe in it. I've seen it. We've come together to raise the money to host these events. We hosted one in the state of Missouri in the month of May. We hosted another one most recently in the month of October in Mississippi, which has not only brought veterans together, but all around the country, guys. These are friendships. These are bonds. That was a huge accomplishment for me. And it's definitely encouraged me to continue doing just this, which is my mission, uniting veterans on and off this platform. That sense of community that we're all missing. We've all missed it in the last 4 years, but for our veteran community, this means something much different. It hasn't just been the last several years throughout the shutdowns and COVID and the nonsense and the social distancing, which has hurt so many of us. And it doesn't matter what age. It's starting from youth all the way through to our elderly. But for our veterans, this is something that they live with pretty much on a daily, from the time they leave service and come back and try to integrate into society. It's this sense of loss, right? And I'm going to let you talk to that because that's more your area than mine, Chief.
Yeah, so many of us get out of the service and we lose touch. We lose those relationships that we had with the people that we served with, the same people that were taking care of us, the same people that we were taking care of, the same people that we were getting shit done with. And a lot of the time we feel like that's gone and it can't be replaced. And what I have found is there are still those people out there. And like you said, we've had these meetups, and these relationships have done more for some of us. For example, myself, a lot of the folks that I've met on here have helped hold me accountable. Maybe it's just the daily push-ups or the daily planks, but it's so much more than that. I found people that I'm comfortable enough to talk to. I found a lot of people that have helped me go through many things over just this past year that I wouldn't have necessarily had before. I wasn't comfortable enough talking to anyone about. And I found those people here on this application. I've even, like Sunny said, we've had 2 meetups. I've gone to both. I did go to the one in Missouri. I attended the one in Mississippi. And aside from that, I've even gone and met up with some of the folks independently outside of the meetups, and it's been phenomenal. It's made me really truly realize that not only am I not alone, but there's so many others that are going through and experiencing a lot of the same things and feelings that I have since I've got out. And I just retired 3 Octobers ago. Haven't shaved this beard since.
Yeah. So, and that's so true. This is a story Sunny's heard for quite some time now. Our veterans feel alone. They don't feel like they've had anyone to really relate to. It's very difficult to do, and that's so much of what encouraged me to start in the beginning, which was almost 2 years ago, hosting a Veterans Live, which is to give them back somewhat of a safe space. I realize on this application we have a lot of lives. We have a lot of hosts who bring veterans together, but I felt there was still something missing, and that something missing was civilians. And that's where I came in as a civilian, and I said, I want to bridge the gap. I need to bridge this gap, which is to bring civilians in with our veteran community. And we needed to learn and gain perspective and share this out there, bring the awareness out there that yes, we can come together, we can love on our veteran community, and they're going to teach us how firsthand. And they've done such an amazing job of that. Honestly, it's showing up. We show up for one another every single time. They see this, they feel it. It's that consistency, and we're dedicated. I most certainly am. Those that know Sunny know that I'm very dedicated to my mission. My mission is uniting veterans and reuniting them at this point on and off this application. It's given individuals an opportunity to make those connections, those friendships. It's made my heart smile. That's all I can say. To see them coming off the app and meeting in real life, as Chief mentioned, he's traveling, he's going to meet some of his brothers, and it's been pretty awesome to even listen to his stories. He's started doing veteran interviews. You can catch those on his YouTube as well. And that's what it's about, guys. It's about, when we talk about being the change that we want to see, it's contagious, no matter what it is, whether it's sharing that smile, the support, others want to jump right in and help with that. Too often, we haven't known how to do just that. So as Sunny will often say is, I don't want followers, I want leaders. Sometimes it's hard to know how to lead, right? And I do always honestly give this over to the big guy, because he called it onto my heart, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was no expert. I didn't know what direction any of this was going to take, other than I had to see it through. And it wasn't always easy. But here we are, overcoming many obstacles with all of you. What we have seen transpire over this last year has been nothing short of amazing, to be quite honest with you. When we see the growth that we've individually demonstrated to each other and to those out there, even watching this live. And if you're just joining us, welcome to episode 19, Cawfee Talk with Sunny and Chief. Good morning, Ready. If I haven't said good morning to you guys, good morning. We are closing out this year, guys. This is our last Cawfee Talk before the new year with all of you in person. So yeah, the growth has been amazing, but what we've also seen is how so many of you have overcome challenges. And this is something that was brought up last night on Sunny's Live. Our Veterans Live was, we had some of our veterans who were with the Sunny Side of Freedom family and then took like a break. They were going through some things. And what touched my heart last night was knowing that they knew where to come back to when they were ready. And they did. Not only did they come back, they're thriving. They're doing things. We talked a lot about creativity. Do you want to touch base on that?
Yeah, there's so many we've talked about. For those of you that follow me know I do a music live on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And that was something that I've always kind of just chilled out, vibed, listened to music. And I found that it really helped me with my mental health. It really helped me practice my mindfulness by myself, rather than just sitting and trying to meditate like they teach us, in whole health or in therapy. That doesn't just work for a lot of people. Sometimes you can't just sit there and just shut it out. That's not realistic at all. So I'd found the music has helped me tremendously, and I started hosting those lives, and I heard from so many folks how it's helping them as well, because they're just vibing out, music is therapy, music is powerful, but people unite with music, and we're there to support one another. But even more than just the music, we've had so many amazing folks share some of their skills with us. We've had Sourpuss is sang for us. We've had people creating all kinds of artwork. We've had people writing books, and just using that creativity as an outlet for your thoughts, for your feelings, because so oftentimes, like I said earlier, you can't just sit down and let it out or talk about it. We're not exactly trained on how to do that. And especially in the veteran community where it's kind of frowned upon, to talk about hurt feelings or this or that. And so I think that it's been really impressive just to see the different types of hobbies and creativity that the folks in our group have demonstrated. And Sonny talked about it last night even a little bit. We've talked about music, but then these vivarium, terrarium builds. It's just a way that you can kind of, like I said, express your creativity and practice your mindfulness, because when you're building something or you're drawing something or you're writing something or you're playing music, your focus is there, and sometimes it can help you craft those thoughts and get them out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Anytime that we can distract, especially those intrusive thoughts. And mental health, guys, is a topic that it's not 1 month a year. It's not 1 day a year that we bring awareness to mental health. Sunny brings awareness to this 365 days a year, because I don't know one person, not one person, that doesn't have some kind of mental health concern or things that are troubling them. So this is something we continuously bring to the platform, both myself and Chief. We talk about our mental health, because it's when we stop talking about these things that they don't exist. That's where Break Stigmas was born. With both Sunny and Chief, we've come together. Both platforms have kind of come together to be able to do some amazing things this upcoming year, which is possibly host bigger events. In talking just about those Break Stigmas, our Break Stigmas flag, and you could read it off the back of my shirt if you want, PTSD awareness, okay? And you don't have to be a veteran, guys, to have a diagnosis of PTSD, right? Many of us can talk about trauma. It resonates. It's a feeling, guys. It's an experience, okay? And for too long, I think as a society, anytime we heard the term PTSD, immediately we're thinking veterans. Why do we do that? We've allowed society to put our veteran community into a box, and we're trying to take them out of there, guys. And I'm trying to help you. But I've also found that too often our veterans put themselves in that box because it's come a place of comfort. It's also become like, I'm not getting outside this box, the comfort box. But, that's where the growth has come in. So many have said, to hell with this box, They've stepped outside that comfort box. They're not only talking about their creativity. We've had friends, my gosh, they've grown so much this year. We got 4 Points Ranch in the house. He's done amazing things just in this year alone. Chief was just with him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And that's funny to think about a year, when he came into the group about a year ago, he hadn't even moved out to his ranch yet. Mm-hmm. So when I went out there a couple of weeks ago, I was able to kind of put that all together in my head, and I was so proud to see how far he's come and the amount of work that took for him, and just the perseverance that he went through to make it happen. And it serves to me as a reminder. 4 Points is a good friend of mine, and I look up to and respect him, but it serves as a reminder that you've got to do the work. You've got to go all in. You've got to face that adversity sometimes and keep pushing. And there's going to be obstacles. And in his case, every corner that he turned, there was an obstacle, but he was all in. And that was inspiring, because for me, I was able to see what he's built. He took me out to the feeders. He explained to me his operation, and he even provided me the experience that he's going to provide others out there. And again, this all started as a conceptual, these were words when he first came in, to the point now it's a place and it's a thing that you can see. And being there in person, I was able to visually see the amount of work that he put in and why. And I think it's important to talk about what you're doing. Like 4 Points talked about it with us, because when you talk about it, that can not only help you to stay on task and help others hold you accountable to do it, but it also inspires other people to do things as well.
Most certainly. We've done just that this year. We've inspired each other along the way. No one can walk your path for you guys, and we talk about this all the time, but we can certainly walk beside you, lifting each other up, because life is hard. Sunny has hard days, guys, and it's my friends that will be like, what's wrong today? I could sense it. And I'm like, they lift me up, But we've also talked about knowing what to do for yourself, because no one knows you better than yourself. No one knows your truth. No one knows your true purpose, right? And sometimes finding our purpose is so freaking hard. I think I was sharing with Chief, and I've shared with all of you, when I first started, I didn't know what I was going to be doing this year. If you asked me last year, Sunny, wrap up 2023 and tell us what your resolution is for 2024, I wouldn't have said, I'm going to be uniting veterans across the nation. Oh, and by the way, we're going to be adopting 5 for the holidays. I would not have seen that for myself. That was almost too big, almost like I can't do that. Because we said this yesterday, actually, fear is a thief, guys. Fear is the driving force. That's the obstacle right there. It gets in the way of so many things, so many thoughts, so many creative moments in life where we could just take it to the next level, and we allow fear to get in the way of that. And it's knowing when that's happening to stop it in its tracks. And that takes practice. That takes practice. Knowing yourself, saying, oh shit, I got anxiety right now. I got to step away from this. It's knowing when to step away from a situation to get that fresh air. So too often you'll see us and encourage you guys, get outside, go for that walk, go for that hike, go watch a sunrise, go watch a sunset. I know it sounds like I'm reading it from something, oh, isn't that sweet? But the reality is it's there. It's very grounding when you can get outside. And really just clear your thoughts, take in the fresh air. It should change your train of thought. But the amount of, it's inspiring to me to see how many came into the platform just this year alone, and the changes that I've witnessed have been just amazing. I won't take credit for it alone, because it wasn't me alone. It was the entire Sunnyside family, the way we've loved on each other. But even taking it a step further to now start doing things independently, like Chief mentioned, hosting his music lives. Music therapy is a thing, guys. We know this, but we don't talk enough about it. It most certainly is. It's a place where we can gather. It's a judgment-free zone, feeling however you're feeling. But one thing you do have when you enter his lives is a feeling of family, support. We're there for each other. We share laughter, we share smiles, we do all of that. We vibe together is how we call it, vibing with Chief. But, back to our friends who have just, and I know we're just selecting a few names at the moment, but whether it be Sourpuss, who's done, her talent is unreal. But we had Miss Mary last night. Miss Mary sharing how all of a sudden I'm going back to work. I want to give back. I want to do something different, and it's just really cool to watch. It's really cool to watch. We're getting people out of their homes. That's what we're doing. We're getting people out of their comfort zones, and we're stepping outside of that comfort zone together, and we're encouraging and supporting each other through that process. And we talk about the bumps in the road too.
And it's cool how we think about each other as well. Just the folks that have opened up enough to let us get to know them a little bit. Like, for example, when I'm building out a music live, I was just building out a playlist 2 days ago with Sunny, and I was thinking of Rain. I've never even met Rain, but I know Rain's musical vibe. She listens to some amazing music, and she's turned me on to some music that is a whole vibe in its own. But I was sitting here with Sunny building out a list, and I found a song, and I was like, I know Rain's going to love this one. And so for me, I think that it's funny that I've built relationships with people that I haven't, some people I haven't even met, and I think of them throughout the week, during the day outside of these lives. And that makes me really proud to say that I have those types of relationships and that type of support from such amazing people.
And he's so right. Oh my gosh, guys, you guys go through our journey day in, day out. Yesterday when I was building this vivarium with Chief, I was like, oh, Frizz, our friend Frizz. It's a fairy garden when the ocean meets the forest, and that's the vibe of my vivarium. I did post a video yesterday, and there are live critters in it. That is so not in my comfort zone. Just saying, I'm the girl with the torch. I'm like, squash, squash. And I love life, but critters, Anyway, I have live critters in my tank. That's all I'm going to say. We have 2 blue faint beetles, and we have isopods. So what I'll say about that is that I was picking out the, like the cabin and the little things, and there are live plants in there as well. I thought of our friend Frizz and his squirrels, and that's how I remember meeting him on this platform. He used to have the most animated TikTok videos of squirrels. And I was like, how freaking cool is that? Aren't they cute? So anyway, the truth is, yes, you guys come into our worlds. And we're definitely thinking of you each step of the way. Sourpuss had made me a beautiful freaking tarantula. It's jewels though, so it's going to be okay. And that's in there. So I think of our friends and I'm like, oh, the cabin. I think of Rob, because he's always joking about his, somewhere in the woods. He doesn't want to be found. He's got his own little bubble. But yeah, so much truth in that, Chief. We think of our friends that we've made on here and we haven't even met them yet. And then the magic happens when we do have these opportunities to host these meetups. And we realize that a lot of our civilian friends are like, I want to go to the meetups, which are our veterans. And that's where Break Stigmas comes into play. Both Chief and myself are, we're working hard. We just started up Break Stigmas, which is a nonprofit, with the hopes of doing bigger events where we can have some of our civilian friends also, which is so much of that bridging the gap and getting to meet our veterans firsthand, because I think they want to meet you all too. And Sunny often says, stay sunny, stay spicy, always make it count. And you guys have really given definition to that. Not only are you making it sunny, you guys are honestly sharing that positivity with so many when you don't even realize they need it. That's number 1. Number 2, keeping it spicy means keeping it real. We really do have each other's back. Honestly, so much has happened over this past year, and I have seen in action how we have each other's back and supporting one another, and then making it count, making each day count, because tomorrow's promised to no one. So taking full advantage of the day and hopefully demonstrating what that looks like for others so they can go out and do it too. And I think we've done that. We've done a really decent job of that.
We have, and we've met other folks, other creators like We the Wolfpack, that have been so supportive.
Yes.
And I loved meeting Wolfpack because he showed that it's okay to be vulnerable on this application and has proven that there are people out there that will support and stand behind you, because we don't always have a great day. It's especially if you're going live every single day, you're going to have days when you're live that just aren't necessarily the best, and that's okay. He still continues to show up for him. He's not scared to tell his story and what he's learned. And just by talking about some of those things that we've gone through, that can tremendously help someone else. So I was so grateful to be able to interview him on my YouTube channel, and just some of the things that he's been through and some of the tools that he's found to help him overcome some of those traumas and some of those issues. But along with that came an amazing support system. We've even got some of the Wolfpack folks in here that have just been tremendous, amazing support. And that's a testament to how this grows. We've talked about it for a year now, how we're making a change, how each individual person, we could sit here and talk about everybody that's been consistent and come in. We get to know people, we get to know what they're going through, we get to know their struggles, we get to see how they're overcoming that, and we talk about it, and that's inspiring for a lot of people, even people who maybe are just sitting in the hallway so oftentimes, but it's super powerful, and I think that we want to see change happen, and we're doing it one person at a time, and it's growing like wildflower. There's so many amazing people.
Most certainly. Yeah. We the Wolfpack, he's incredible. If you guys will recall, several months back when Sunny first came across him, I saw him it was a vulnerable, but it was exactly what we talk about all the time, which is ask for help. And that's exactly what he was doing. He was asking for help, and he was putting his heart out there. Not only is he a veteran, but I immediately could see so much in his character. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Well, that took a lot of courage and strength to take to a platform and say, I need freaking help. This is what's happening in my life right now. And then it was like, not only did we have that opportunity, but he is amazing. The way he loves and supports everybody and his entire, the Wolfpack family, incredible group of people. So you have seen us all kind of support one another. He's supported Chief, he's supported the Sunnyside Freedom. Most recently adopting a veteran, guys. What he did that day meant so much to me. He's like, all right, Sonny, we're going to co-host real quickly. I'm going to get all of my friends into your live, because we were shy like $148. And Sonny had a goal by the end of the evening, which was like 2 hours away. I needed to raise another $148 so we can successfully adopt 5 veterans at $520. And he came through. He was like, I got you. We got you. The entire Wolfpack family got you. And as a result, now our platforms are like, they're family. They're Sunnyside family. We're Wolfpack family, because they realize we're not in competition with one another, which is so often the issue here on this application. Too often creators who ask them for help because they have the large following, and I have done that, I will tell you. I have asked these large creators, can you help? Can you donate a t-shirt for my raffle? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I get zero response. Zero response. These are not things I forget, because my mission is just as important. My mission is uniting veterans. I believe in what I'm doing. And then we come and we meet these individuals, and I'm like, look at what they're doing. It's pretty inspiring. And not anything I'm going to be forgetting anytime soon. But did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think that's just a testament to show how matching energy is real. You said it. You hit it on the head. There's a lot of people that come. There's a lot of people that go. There's a lot of people that don't show any support. But I think the ones that are doing it for the right reasons, they gravitate towards one another. I think that because Wolfpack, his mission is very much aligned with yours, with mine, just to let people know you're not alone. Right. It's okay to reach out and ask for help. And guess what? Here it is. And because sometimes we don't realize what help looks like, but those people with that dedicated mission, with the right intentions, you can see and feel that off of other people, and you know that it's authentic.
Absolutely. Attract the energy you seek, guys. This is something we talk about. You know, if you're constantly feeling like, why the hell do I keep attracting the negative energy? Ask yourself this important question. What are you seeking? Attract the energy you seek. If I put out positive energy, I most likely am going to attract that same energy. And even when I don't, I'm going to tell you right now, and I've shared this before, I kill them with kindness. I do. Even if I'm biting my bottom lip, I kill them with kindness. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like Dory right now. Just keep swimming, you know? I do. But I feel amazing about myself, you know? Attract that energy you seek. It's like magnetic. It really is. And more positive things will start coming into your life. More positive people will start coming into your life. This isn't just something we talk about. We can actually speak to it from experience. And so much of this platform, sorry you're late, Frizz. I talked about squirrels and everything, buddy. Happy you're here though. You know, so much of what's happened this year has been just that. We're attracting the right people, right? Find your tribe. That's what that means. Attract the right people with the right energy and where you want to grow from. I said this last night. I will never celebrate you when you're down. We have all been there. We will all, at some point or another, or again, find ourselves in a funk, period. I will be there to listen. I will be there to support you. Chief will do the same. And then we'll help you dust off and get back up. That's what we do. We're not here to celebrate you when you're down. We're here to watch you grow. And that's really what it's about. Celebrating life, watching each other grow, seeing the best for each other. You know, I've seen a lot of that this year, truly celebrating people and their success, like your platform. Even though we're not huge creators, we are doing amazing things. It's not about that popularity and TikTok numbers. It's about the lives we're touching, and there's no price tag on that. Your music lives have turned out to be one of the most amazing moments we've had together, in addition to coming on to the sunny side of freedom, whether it's Veterans Night or Free for All Sundays,
Cawfee Tawk.
Cawfee Tawk, which is always uploaded, by the way, on the YouTube channel. We have 17 episodes uploaded to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. We definitely need the traffic there. We're going to start doing more things on the YouTube. Sunny's going to pick up some of her interviews, because I was interviewing some of our veterans as well. A little different than Chief, but we're doing the same thing, which is getting everyone's story out there. So stay tuned for that. I will be interviewing more of our veteran friends and getting their stories out there, because they're important. Everyone's story is important, and don't ever think you don't have one. You do. We all have a story. It's been an incredible year of just connecting with so many amazing people, and I'm ecstatic about 2025. How about you?
I am too. I'm incredibly excited when I look back and I realize how much growth I've witnessed, how much growth even myself I can see. It's so crazy. It's crazy to think that we're going to be bigger. There's going to be more positive energy, more support, more meetups, more amazing stories. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I love that, like you mentioned earlier, we don't celebrate people when they're down. And we all have our days where we're down, but what we do is help each other realize that this is temporary. Yeah. We're going to get through it. Don't get stuck in that, because so oftentimes, I know I can speak for myself, before I came on the application and before I started talking to people, I would get stuck in all the negative, and that's all I could see, because that's all that was continuing to happen in my life was negative shit, bad shit. Like, why is this happening to me? I was such a victim, because that's all I was focused on. And when I think back on it, it's like, well, what were you doing to overcome that? What were you doing to change those circumstances? And I realized, that has a lot to do with who's in my life. That has a lot to do with my reactions, my responses, the words that I use, even the faces that I make, if I'm looking hard or if I'm smiling or what. And so I'm super excited for this year. This is another year of growth, another year of positive energy and support. And all year we've talked about support, what that looks like and how that's different for everybody. And we've demonstrated multiple ways of showing support right here in this group. And so
Absolutely.
I'm super stoked for what's coming up next.
And I remember when I first met Chief last October, and one of the very first things I said to him was, "You should smile more." And he's like, "I don't smile." And all he does is, "You should smile more." And he's like, "I don't smile." And all he does is, so they know it's Cawfee Talk.
You got your extended car maintenance.
My goodness, what's going on? So yeah, in talking to know who's in your circle, guys. We've talked about this year. It's knowing who's in your circle, who needs small doses, who's good for your mental health, and who do you kind of need to keep in that exterior circle. Know what you need, and sometimes, yes, guys, it's friends and family. It's just what it is. If they're draining you, if they're not helping you, you need to put them in a small circle. And I too have had the victim mentality. Why me? When will my story change? When will things get better? Why do I keep attracting this kind of stuff into my life? And when you start getting in touch with that and recognizing, like, well, I let it in. No one can let it in but you. You hold that responsibility, that personal accountability, like, well, what role did I play? Well, I let them in. I saw the red flags, but I just kept it going. So these are moments that we learn from, and that's kind of what I look at. I'm like, that shit happened. That was a teaching moment for me. Like, be kind, trust people, but don't give so much that you're then feeling a certain kind of way, which is like, oh my God, they took complete advantage of my kindness. All of those things can happen. But you guys know what time it is, right? Do you know what time it is? I know what time it is. He's in person today. This ought to be good. So oh boy is right. That's right, Chief. It's that time again, guys. Get it ready. Let's go. You ready?
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on.
We gotta get in
Off
here.
from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in the zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. More like the way we rock it, so don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close.
Warm up those shoulders.
When we move, well, you already know.
Keep ready.
So just imagine, nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance.
That's
All
right.
things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance.
All right. We can't have coffee talk without that. You guys know we can never close out coffee talk. I make you smile. I am so glad because God only knows what that looks like. You know what I mean? It's definitely putting yourself out there. And that also comes to a place of growth, guys. I don't care, you know? Whether the moves were on point, they weren't on point. Did you have fun? Did I make you smile? I smiled. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I know growing up, you know, I had to be a certain way, culturally speaking, had to conduct myself a certain way, couldn't do anything. Now I'm just like, here I am. You know, my mother would be like, what is she doing? Oh my God, and she's on the internet. But I'm not harming anyone. And if anything, I've made people smile today, which is so much more than what some can say for themselves. So keep being your true self and live that. That's what that's all about. Live that. If you got the feeling, dance in public. As they say, dance in the rain, dance anywhere. Sing. Do all the things that bring you happiness. And who cares what anyone else has to say? I love how the dog wanted to. Oh, the dogs always want to be a part of it. For real. Striker and baby Spike, they had lots of energy this morning. Most certainly. They're the doggies that boop you on the nose when you wake up. They're like, hello, wake up, mom. They're lots of fun. So we could definitely start wrapping up today. One of the things that I will say to all of you is thank you. Thank you for the continued ongoing support, but the love that comes across these screens. It's an energy. I don't care what anyone says. I can feel people's energy come through these screens, both on my platform, on Chief's platform. You feel the genuineness come from someone when they're like, hi. They're happy to see you. These are real people behind these screens. We're not fictitious. We're real. We have real lives with real feelings. We make connections. So when something happens to any one of us, both positive and negative, we feel that. And we most definitely enjoy spending time with all of you, celebrating life, you know, whether, ooh, sexy. Thank you, Friz. Whether it be the holidays, you know, which are very difficult for so many reasons. But we came together, guys. We've come together to get us through this. It didn't really feel like a holiday for most of us, but we made it happen. You know what I mean? We're creating new experiences. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
I do want to add to that. I think that what I would like to touch on is the quality of the relationships that I've been able to build on this platform super outweighs the haters and the dumbasses that want to hinder that or talk poorly or disagree or whatever the case. You know, the negative energy, the relationships that I've built on here are so much better than that I can easily just not care about the hate. So I want to thank you guys personally for your love and your support that's tremendously helped me and made me feel not alone, you know, and supported more so than even my family, my blood family. So I think that's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. And you know, oftentimes we'll hear, oh, so-and-so is not here, or so-and-so is not there. Guys, not everybody's ready for this. And what we're talking about is just being kind, like every day, practicing kindness. You know, and what does that look like? Leading in love, what does that look like? Leading the way for others. Some people actually see themselves out. So if they're not here, it's for a reason. And just remember that when you're listening to gossip, you can choose whether or not you entertain that, which is negative energy. But usually if people are gossiping out there, they're not holding themselves accountable for something, because you don't hear us gossip about anything. And there's been a lot of things that's happened this year. We just don't want to give attention to that. It's like, people will see who they are. Let them figure it out. We're just going to continue on and stay focused on the things that we're doing, which actually require more of our attention than talking about others and gossip. We don't need to do that. That's their journey. That's the path they choose. I'd rather stay focused on the things that I've been doing this year and continue on that mission, uniting veterans across the nation. Chief is going to be continuing on his mission, which is bringing that music therapy into our lives 3 times a week, Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And hosting some of the new events that we may potentially be hosting this year with Break Stigmas. If you guys are not following Break Stigmas, www.breakstigmas.com. Get to know that website. It's both Sunny and Chief, and some of what we'd like to see happen this upcoming year. We will still individually be, doing things with our personal missions, which is the Sunny Side of Freedom, the 420 Chief. Get to know us, guys. We have websites. We have YouTube channels. Follow us there. Send your friends and family. You never know who's ready to support such a mission. And it's important. It brings sharing is caring, awareness, continuous awareness to our veteran community. Veterans' lives matter. 365 days a year. Talking about PTSD matters. Ending 22 a day matters. Bridging that gap matters. And that means a little bit something different to everyone, but I know what it means to me. For me, it was bridging the gap, bringing our civilian friends and giving them a place where they can start engaging our veterans. We most recently saw how that all happened and came to be with just adopting a veteran for the holidays. We adopted 5. That was a lot of money. $2,600 was raised in 2 weeks. That's amazing. During the holiday season when most Americans don't even have money to begin with right now. And that happened. That happened for our veterans. And that speaks volumes. Like Sunny has always said, because I speak from my own place of love and experience, which is I want to help our veteran community. I just didn't know how. And that's too often the case. Our civilian friends don't know how. So we're kind of been laying down this kind of like a road for everyone. Like, this is how we're going to do it. They're going to tell us. They're going to show us what they need. Are we going to be able to help everyone? No. But if we plant seeds in every single state, I'm in my state. If we plant seeds in every single state, imagine the difference, the impact we can have. Think about that. We're not relying on one person to do it. This is not a one-person band. This is everybody should be doing something in their communities. Start with you. Start talking to families. Start talking to your friends, your communities. We can make amazing things happen this upcoming year, for sure.
And you touched on something that I love, and that's we can't help everybody. Everybody's not ready to be helped. You know what I mean? I mean, look at the people that are here. Look at the people that have showed up. Look at the people that have been on all 19 Cawfee Talks.
Yeah.
To me, that's a power statement. That's not words, that's actions. That says, hey, this is adding value to my life. This is a positive energy that I want. But I'm proud of you for the consistency with that. Just like if you're going to therapy, it's one thing to go once, but it's another thing to go every single time, because that shows that irregardless of if it's working for you or not, you're trying to make it work. And I see that in so many folks in here. That's why it's so easy when I talk about actions and support. You can see it, you can feel it. It's not words, it's demonstration of actions. And I've been able to see that from so many folks on here that do want to make a change, that do want to help other people, that want to support other people, and also want to be better themselves. And that's the kind of people that I gravitate towards, because if I'm messing up or I'm not doing something right, I want the kind of friends that are going to hold me accountable, that are fearless enough to say, hey, Chief, you're making a mistake. Call me out on it and hold me accountable. That's right. I know that I've met folks on here that will do exactly that.
Absolutely. Personal accountability and holding your friends accountable. positivity is not for everyone. I've joked around. I'm like, I'm sure they're like, oh, there she is again. Smile. I'm sure I get under people's skin sometimes. They're like, oh my God, can you stop already? I'm having a shitty day. And that's okay. I'm still going to be here bringing it, even when I don't feel like it, guys. But keep showing up for yourselves and keep showing up for others, you know? And the days that you can't show up for others, that's okay too. We got them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part of asking for help. I have days where I'm depleted. I don't have the energy. I've questioned, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a Veterans Live tonight and I don't have the energy for it. Whether it was work that got to me that day, my relationships with kids, family, whatever's going on, I'm not having a good day. But I push through. So when Sunny says in her videos, push through, that you got this, don't give up, let's go, just dust yourself off. I mean it. I do it. I'm real here. I have real life things happening all the time, but I do push through it. And if I'm going to preach it, I'm going to practice it. And yes, there are days where I'm like, I don't want to do this live. I'm not in the mood. I'm just going to cancel it. I'm being that negative Nelly. And then I push through it. And then afterwards, I'll like say to Chief, I'm like, I'm so glad I did the live. I feel so much better. Yeah.
And it's so much easier to push through those hard days when you've got good people around you that you can go to with that. Because I know there have been days where Sunny's come to me and said, I don't have the energy. I'm like, let's just do it, because I know that once we get started, the energy in the room really does fill your cup. And I can say the exact same thing. There's been nights where I'm like, I don't feel like doing a music live. I don't have the energy. It's pointless for me to do this if I can't even bring the vibe. And then the folks in there will make it happen. And I leave the live completely different than I came in. There's been so many nights where it's like, man, what a shit day. Yeah. And then I leave going, this was the most exciting part of the whole week. And I look forward to it every time. And that's because of the love and support from you guys that are, like I said, consistently demonstrating that love and that support and showing up. Not just for us, but showing up for you over and over again. That makes me so proud.
Yeah, the energy is incredible. There's, like I said, you guys don't even know the day I had. And then I'm like, if you only knew how much energy you brought to the platform. We see you guys all. You're not just names on screens. We know a little bit about every single one of you. And those that we don't, get to know us, spend a little bit more time with us. The world feels less alone. I'll be honest with you. We don't feel as alone as we used to. We're constantly thinking of somebody, a friendship, something that's happening in their lives, something that's like a milestone, whatever it is. We know who's struggling. That's another important piece. We know who's struggling. We know those that are either struggling with health or finding, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, they don't feel alone either. And we're not ones to ever take to the ear. And we don't put out people's stories unless they've given permission to do so. And it usually comes from them. That's also very important. We don't do the gossip piece. But everyone's story is important and everyone is important. So keep being the amazing human beings that you are. I see you guys in the chat. I think it's pretty awesome. I thought this was a great coffee talk. We had a lot in attendance today. And if you're new to Coffee Talk, welcome to episode 19. We're excited to kick off 2025 with all of you and bring you episode 20, which will be lots of fun. Anything you want to add?
I think just my closing remarks are, remember, if you're having one of those rough days, don't just sit back and get stuck in it alone. Remember, like we the Wolfpack, like Sil, like myself said, you're not alone. There are people out there that can help fill your cup, and it's happened with me so many times. You know, just get on the live, just reach out to someone. There's definitely always someone there who does have the energy that can help you get through that temporary situation with a positive outlook on it. Yep. It's all an opportunity. And we've got the right people right here to make those changes and to remind you, you're not alone.
Absolutely. We definitely have, I swear to God, we have like an army of hope. Honestly, we've given so much to each other. It's been such a gift this past year to get to know so many of you. So many new individuals, just bringing so much amazing energy into the lives of other people, making a difference. We often talk about lead Lead with love, lead the way, lead with change that you want to see in others. And we're seeing that. We've inspired people to get outside their comfort zone. They're trying new things. They're leaving their home. They're doing new things. They're sharing their stories. I'm tapping into this, or I'm doing that. And I think it's awesome. The personal growth is evident that we're all demonstrating. And it's actually a lot of fun to listen to others when they're like, guess what I'm doing. How exciting is that when you hear that from someone? It's been an incredible year with all of you. I'm very super grateful for all of you, all of the love and support you've given the Sunny Side of Freedom and helping me get to achieving those goals of uniting veterans across the nation. Our second meetup, I was actually like, wait a minute, I'm not just uniting veterans, we're reuniting veterans. Chief has met some of our veterans several times now. So these were strangers. Like, if you think about that, they were out there in their own states, feeling somewhat alone, not seen, heard, understood, and now there's friendships. And they're meeting up together. Sometimes Chief is at a bonfire with some of our friends that are here. How freaking cool is that? They're on Veterans Live, surrounded by a fire, in each other's company. And that's what's been missing so much within our veteran community, is giving them that. It's kind of like a doorway, like you can get that back. As we started our live today talking, we can get that back. It's just going to look a little differently for our service members, for sure. But even nicer, I think, is bringing our civilians along for the ride, guys. I've been a part of these fires, as the only civilian, especially during the meetups. And I've had the front row seat, and I've seen the love. They're bonded by service, whether they serve together or not. And it's pretty awesome to witness this. And you guys have supported me every step of the way in ensuring that we raise the money to host these meetups. We do have an upcoming meetup in the month of March. So you know what? Sunny's going to get busy. I will be putting out lots and lots of videos to raise money for that, so we can make this meetup happen. Not quite sure what state yet. And that's another thing. Sunny will always try to do this in a different state. It gets us outside of our comfort zone. We're meeting people maybe in their hometowns. They're bringing a little something to that, but it's exciting. It's definitely exciting for all of us. We have an amazing year ahead of all of us. And even if things happen during our day, during this journey of 2025, we're going to be there. We're going to be there. You're never alone. There's always somebody in the group that you can DM and reach out to. And I'm sorry if I've missed comments. The screen moves so fast on Cawfee Tawk. But I just wanted to say I'm grateful for every single one of you. The love and support you've given myself, that you've given Chief. We're super grateful for all of you. And thank you for joining us on Saturdays for Cawfee Talk. I know today's was a little different than our normally scheduled topic focus. We're kind of recapping a little bit of everything throughout the year of 2024. And super grateful to have every single one of you here today, and as we go into 2025 with all of you. I appreciate you guys tapping that screen and getting us at 22K, which is something we do when we go live, bringing awareness to 22 a day every time that we're live. That's the awareness we talk of. And always feel free to share either mine, both of our platforms, with anyone you think might benefit from being a part of this, because it definitely is making a difference in the lives of others. We've seen it firsthand, how we're all evolving constantly, and it's been a positive force. It most certainly has. We may not have the million followers, the TikTok check, but we're doing something much bigger than that check. I reassure you of that. It's quality over quantity. That's what we're doing. We're actually touching people's lives, and they share that with us all the time. So you guys keep being amazing. We're going to wish you a very, very happy New Year. Am I live again? I don't think I'm live again until the New Year, right?
Correct.
I don't think so, because I don't think I'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'll probably do something New Year's Day, Chief? Yes. Oh, New Year's Day. Weather permitting, Sunny would like to do something I did last year, which is go walk with all of you for 4 miles. Last year, Chief joined me around the lake, and we were live though. Sunny hosted a live, and I walked those 4 miles. He walked with me, and so many others joined me. Weather permitting, we may do that. We may do that this New Year's Day. So I will definitely put out a video and invite you all if that's exactly what we do. New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve. Most definitely. I think that would be awesome. That would be awesome to do with all of you. But I'll put out a video and let you guys all know. In the meantime, keep being amazing. Keep leading in love. Keep sharing that smile. You're all rock stars. We appreciate every single one of you. Don't ever let anyone dim your light. And remember who you are. Only you hold the key to your own truth. And if you're not quite sure what that is, spend a little time with yourself. Take those mindful moments. Sunny will get out her plank video today, day 362 of planking it out with all of you and bringing a mindful moment. And thank you, Chief, for duetting me every single day. Much love to all of you. I will see us out with a little coffee talk.
With a little coffee talk?
Yeah. Or coffee song, you know, the one I play that I can't seem
This
to get up now.
is how to get
Oh
gym
my.
fast. If you
I
wanna
am
draw-
so not him, guys, when it comes to electronics and getting things to play when I need them to. You got it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Much love to all of you. Keep smiling.
I'm proud of you.
We are, most certainly. It's on, hon.